in the lot. Order for a 12 for a swat. Busting all the bells out the box. I just hit a lick with the box. Had to put the stick in the box.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Vibe Check. It's your host here, your boy Cot Dog, followed up by my co-host here, Vince. Hey, Vince, how you doing?
I'm good, dude. It's fun. It's good to be back again. Week 3, part 3 of the Vibe Check.
Of course.
I have a special presentation for you this week.
I'm excited to hear it.
Yep, it is. We're doing funny article. They're like funny articles. So the one that I chose was top 9 craziest things seized by border control.
Okay.
It is brought to you by Fox News.
Not sponsored, of course.
Not sponsored. Not sponsored.
All right, I'm ready.
You ready? All right. So the first one we have is live pigeons. So that is number 9. And the bird smuggler arrived in Australia on a flight from Dubai in February of 2009. And he got charged of wildlife smuggling, and that carries a maximum penalty of 10 years in prison and a fine of about 70 grand.
Why did he smuggle birds?
Literally pigeons, dude. Pigeons. They're just pigeons. I can't think of a less worthy thing to smuggle anywhere than pigeons.
I wonder how they found out.
Dude, some of these things you're gonna really wonder how they found some of this shit. All right, dude. All right, number 8 is live songbirds. So it's basically the same thing as the pigeons.
Of course.
But here's the thing: his name is Sony Dong.
He's
56, and he was arrested in 2016. And it says for again trying to smuggle endangered songbirds into Los Angeles from Vietnam. And in 2018, he was sentenced to half a year in prison and was ordered a $5,500 fine. However, in 2010, Dong had been sentenced to 4 months in prison after customs officers found 14 live Asian songbirds wrapped in cloth strapped to his legs after a 15-hour flight, dude.
What is this guy's fetish with songbirds? God damn.
The picture is crazy to me. Look at all those, like, birds. Like, actually, they're alive, too. That's the thing. That's what, like, is crazy to me. Like, how do you not get caught with birds?
Well, I mean, obviously he did get caught, but
how do you not get caught? How do you go about not getting caught?
I don't know,
with birds
like,
on an
what
airplane?
goes through your mind. That's like, yeah, I can sneak him.
I'll get it.
Only 14, that'd be nothing.
We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Of course.
All right. So number 7 is dead birds for pet
What the
food.
fuck is with these birds, bro?
Yeah, the first 3 are all birds. And this is actually just this week. Custom announced that agents in Washington, D.C. seized a package of dead birds from the luggage of a passenger traveling from China. And when they inspected the passenger's bag, found the prohibited birds, and the passenger said it was food for his cat. They seized and incinerated the deceased animals as to avoid spreading the bird flu, the avian flu. Bro, I just want to know what fucking cat is eating dead birds.
Oh, it's
That's what I want to know.
I'm just looking at this package right now. I'm like, what the fuck am I even looking at? It looks like a bunch of weeds.
Dude, and yeah, I know. And the thing is, like, it looks like it's a company that does this, like, a lot. Like, this is a legitimate
It's for their dogs and
thing they
cats to
do.
eat birds.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Jeez.
Dead birds, though.
Yeah. Okay,
Thanks. No wonder China got the coronavirus, bro. Bat soup, and then we got dead birds.
bad soup.
Maybe some better hygiene control. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh,
Number 6,
my
a
God.
whole pig's head.
Why? What?
You
Look
will
at me.
see.
I don't fucking like him looking at me like that.
Dude,
That's
Hardy the
good.
Beagle, as pictured, who works for the CBP as an agricultural detector, discovered a roasted pig's head and other remnants at Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport in 2018. A passenger traveling from Ecuador was relieved of his leftovers, and they were destroyed to avoid introducing foot and mouth disease, classic swine fever, and other animal diseases, bro.
See, I'm barely getting a reaction out of this because of how in awe I am of what the fuck I'm
Of a
even
whole
looking
pig's
at.
head.
Who?
Well, come-
I can't
He
even
was
say
gonna
who
eat it.
ever thought this was a good idea because I'm sure he did. I could
did, dude.
smuggle a whole put it in a fucking bag, bro. It's like literally wrapped in like aluminum foil and just like in a garbage bag. It's like it'll be fine.
Yeah, bro. Dude, he sat in his living room and was like, "All right, dude, a couple tin foils, they won't even be able to know."
Yeah,
And
no,
I'm sure this is
they'll
a
have no
perfectly
idea.
fine thing to bring on an airplane.
Look at it. I don't like it. They should have got an extra seat for the fucking head.
Yeah.
That dog
Dude,
was
it's
sure
too big
happy
to even
though.
be able to carry on, dude. Dude, look at him, Hardy the Beagle. Come on now. I mean, he's half the reason he's even on this list is Hardy the Beagle. Look at him.
Yeah, fucking happy.
All right, number 5, Egyptian mummy linen. So this is actually, dude, this was smuggled over the Canadian border of the U.S. via a Canadian mail truck. And the antique's believed to be from between 305 to 30 BC. And the U.S. did end up returning the artifacts to Egypt. But, like, okay, first of all, how do you even get... Why?
I'm sure at some point, some grave. This is like immediately what I picture is like some grave diggers from whenever at some time, like 100 years or like a century ago or so. Like like maybe even half a century. They just like they dug up something, like they ruined some guy's tomb. They found that, and instead of like someone got the big score, like they got the whole fucking mummy, they just took off little linen pieces and boxed it up, like just little box. And then they're like, hey guys, I got a buyer. His name is in Canada. All we need to do is get this linen across that border, and we're scot free. So I have no, like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I don't even know in what world am I getting Egyptian mummy linen. All right,
It's clearly in Canada. I guess.
Apparently, yeah. I guess in Canada you can. Number 4 is live tarantulas.
Okay, this is a little more understandable. This is a little more insane.
Yeah,
okay,
so this
it's
one has
not
a
a
little bit
pig's
more
head.
interesting of a story. Yeah, this one has a little bit more of a story to it. So, a German man in 2011 pled guilty for shipping hundreds of live tarantulas into the U.S. through the mail. Sven Koppler, 37, admitted mailing some 247 live tarantulas to federal agents in Los Angeles who were posing as buyers as part of an investigation dubbed Operation Spider-Man.
Jeez. Oh my god. What the fuck? Why? Okay. Why would they think this is like an issue? Like, what's...
So, no. Okay, so I actually read something else too. He was actually selling them in the U.S. and before they caught onto him and started this investigation where he ended up selling them to, the authorities, he made like 300 grand selling these tarantulas in the U.S.
Damn.
I know, dude. That's crazy.
Dude, I think they put all this effort together just to catch this guy so he could get taxed.
Yeah.
I honestly
It probably, dude. I mean, probably.
I could totally see that. But damn.
Yeah, bro. I know that's, dude. And he made $300,000 pre getting caught. That's crazy to me.
Oh yeah. Fuck.
Number 3, live tropical fish.
This one is
to me. This one to me is interesting because, I mean, I thought transporting birds would be hard and keeping them alive on an airplane, but fish. And one woman in 2005 arrived in Melbourne off a flight from Singapore with 51 tropical fish in plastic bags tucked into a custom-made apron around her waist. That is a lot of fish, dude.
Holy shit.
That's not like one of those bags. That's a lot of those bags, bro. 51 fish?
Well, here's the thing. I could slightly see this more than birds because fish, just put them in a fucking bag,
Yeah.
And you could put that shit anywhere, but if you're going across the country, it's fucking hard to do that shit.
Well, and those aren't the actual fish. I'm pretty sure that's just a Getty image of fish because they actually didn't have a picture for this one.
Oh, okay.
So I don't actually, dude. They could be big fish, like not little tiny gold. Like I'm pretty sure those are goldfish. Those aren't tropical fish.
They could have been way bigger.
So yeah, dude. That one was crazy to me. All right, so now we have the best ones. Best 2 for last.
I'm so excited.
Coming in at number 2, we have black market bologna. In 2019, more than 150 pounds of the curious deli meat at the port of entry El Paso, Texas. The CBP said the bologna is prohibited across the border due to its pork content. In bologna, by the way. And pork products from overseas can introduce foreign animal diseases into the U.S. pork industry. The smuggler tried to tell the officers it was turkey ham, and when questioned about the red rolls flying in the back of his truck. Oh, my God. Black market baloney, dude.
What got me dead in this slide is the fucking picture. It looks like there's some underground deal, like as if inside of those bologna like canisters is fucking it's like gold or something.
Yeah, you know how much worse it could have been? There could be like cocaine in those things, but no,
It's just
actually
frozen bologna.
Yeah, it's actually just bologna at the border. Oh my god.
Hey,
Okay, so this one this one is the best one. And I think this one is the only reason I even picked this article. All right, are you ready? For
I'm
number
ready for
one
number one.
on top 9 craziest things sees at the border. A man disguised as a car seat.
What the fuck, bro?
A Mexican national, Enrique Aguilar Conchola, can be seen sewn into a passenger seat of a vehicle in an attempt to illegally enter the U.S. Conchola was stopped at the San Ysidro border, crossing to California in 2001. The man is a car seat.
Well, okay. In what world would this work?
Yeah.
And second of all, how the fuck would that chair even fit somebody?
I don't know, dude. I just love it's just his head sticking.
He's just
out
like fucking
his arm.
sweating. It's like, damn, I got caught. And
It's just like his arm sticking out. You can see his pant leg right here.
God, bro.
Dude, this made me lose my mind when I saw it, dude. Oh my god.
How the fuck do you fit inside of a chair? Why would
Dude.
you ever think this is a good idea?
They sewed him in there too, dude. This is what went over his arm, so he's completely covered. Pretty sure he like tucks his head down or something. But look how shagged it looks. Like it's clearly not a real car seat.
Hey, this
Oh
is
my
gonna
God,
work
dude.
fine. You'll get across to the free world.
You get-
Fucking via
Alright.
chair.
Yeah, dude, that's it, dude. That's the.
Oh my god. That's
all of
fucking
it, bro.
crazy. I can't believe that actually happened.
Yeah. Black market baloney.
Black. Dude, I love that picture. I think is gonna make a great thumbnail. I like, or maybe the car seat. We'll see. We'll see. All right. Well, I have a story for you.
Oh yes.
Now, this one's not as crazy as black market baloney. You know, it's got something to do with a disease called coronavirus.
Oh,
it's
of
world
course.
famous at this point.
Yeah.
Famous bat soup.
Soup. Yeah.
As spoken earlier about. Now, this is more of an interesting thing because I like last week with your interesting fact about how more people are gaming now. More epic
Yep.
gamers are being born in China
Of course, dude.
because they're just inside vibing instead of doing anything.
Can't do nothing else. Yeah.
And it's so weird because they have so what I was looking up was just like news stories that would like kind of shock you, and this one was about how China's able to lock down people traveling within Wuhan, which is the region where it was discovered.
Yeah. The like the epicenter.
Yeah. And so it's basically like a purge, except for
Okay.
instead of there's no rules, the only rule is the person with the gun, and all the governments, all the towns have even like they're broken down into even smaller like block by block governments basically, like they're just like
Yeah.
one guy in control.
Okay.
And it's basically like it's the Middle East again. Like it's basically like everyone follows the rules. And how do they do this? Simply by putting a bounty on anyone you think is sick. There have been
What?
over like 400 cases already of false people being turned in as sick when they weren't. And they're paid a big cash money amount, like huge, like $192 if you donate somebody who's got a fever, and $94 if you think they're coughing too much.
Oh my god, dude.
It's actually insane. They also have restrictions on you cannot go out more than once a week. Obviously, you can't go within Wuhan if you're already out of it, and if you're in Wuhan, you have to stay there. The markets have been completely empty. This started right around Chinese New Year, so it's kind of a bummer that they couldn't do anything.
Yeah, dude.
But
Yeah.
it's even crazier because China's like the most controlled government. Like they control the most of their society than like any other country, and they they track every single phone call, obviously every single text and everything. And if any, it's basically like it's like if the DEA were gonna like follow somebody who's like suspected to be dealing drugs, except for everyone doing everything. So if you said, "Hey, I'm gonna meet up with my friend," you're not allowed to do that. They
Oh
have
my dude.
already imprisoned like one guy got like 6 months in prison for meeting up with a guy to give him fish for his family. Like it's so fucked. And everyone is given a QR code which they have to scan on the trains before they go in, so they know exactly where they are. And yeah, they basically like everything that all the personal information that you could possibly have is in the control of the government right now. And like obviously they were before too, but now especially,
Yeah.
it's fucking crazy.
No, that is crazy. No, this coronavirus thing has been absolutely nuts. Just all of it. Like if you've been keeping up with it, it's just, dude, I don't even know. There was a confirmed case in Madison, I think a week or 2 weeks ago,
Yeah.
and all the universities were on like high alert to be like, hey, if you feel sick or if you've been to Madison, like, treat it very like it's important that you like go see someone at least.
Yeah, see, like I could see that. And people are overblowing the fact of you dying from it, because I heard that you basically just have to be healthy, and if you contract it, you just have to continue eating healthy, and you'll get a shit ton of the, like, it's like basically having the flu, but if you're unhealthy, you will die.
Yeah. Yes.
So, like, I don't know.
I mean,
it's
the
not
flu.
scary for a first world nation, but someone is some place as dirty as fucking China is gonna have problems, which is exactly what's happening. And everyone lives so close together, so.
Well, like in 1918, like influenza H1N1, which is now like the swine flu. Like I don't remember. It killed like 500 million people or something worldwide.
Yeah, it was a
And
lot.
that is an epidemic, dude. Like this is just the starting of. And it's the same thing. It was a virus, and they just couldn't get to it in time, and it spread, and it was not good. So
Yeah.
I don't know, dude.
I don't like. See, here's the thing.
Trying to handle it very poorly. I won't lie.
I'm having the same thoughts that I've had on every disease that I've been seeing over the past like 6 years. It's like, it's terrible. It happens, and we will get through it as we always do, because our science is so good nowadays. What was Ebola? Was it? Yeah, Ebola.
Yeah.
Remember when Ebola was a huge thing? Like, oh my God, 3 reported cases in Wisconsin, 12 reported in Texas. Oh God, we're all gonna die from Ebola. And Ebola is technically worse than coronavirus.
No, it's a lot worse. Yeah.
We already found a cure for that.
That will kill
so
you. Yeah, that will kill you. Not like
it gives you like 11 days.
Yeah.
When
once it's not being dormant anymore, it's a death sentence.
So I don't know. I think it's very interesting in what they're doing now. Like they're trying to like, it's rough because, when you have such a weird infrastructure that most of the world doesn't really know about.
And what fascinated me, dude, I remember when we were talking to Victor about this, I'm pretty sure, and he brought something up about how, dude, this is so cool. I watched a video of like people in China building a hospital in a day, and like looking back, the timeline would make sense when like China was not reporting anything. So like the rest of the world is like, oh, dude, look at this cool video of like China building a hospital in a day. They're actually it's an emergency hospital because they have so many reported cases of this new virus they don't know about.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy to me.
Oh yeah, they're able to hide a lot. Like, goddamn.
They hide everything. I mean, people of China don't even play the COD that we play, dude. They have their own COD. That's crazy.
Yeah. So I thought that was pretty interesting.
That is very interesting. Yeah.
Not really something that I would look forward to, especially I'm never gonna fucking go to China. Like,
yeah.
I guess I don't even know how you would ever bribe me to go to China, but like if there's any country I wouldn't go to, like if I could choose any country not to go to, it would be China. I'd rather go
Yeah.
to Russia, and it's fucking cold. It's fucking cold in
All the
Russia.
time. Cold all the time in Russia.
Yeah. I'd rather go there and
Yeah.
chill out with Putin than go to fucking
Chilling with Putin on
China.
a bear.
Like, bro. Like, yeah. So that was it. That was pretty interesting.
dude.
Not a lot.
that's-
Okay, obviously not a lot was happening.
Yeah.
But you said you got a sports story.
I did, dude. And this one, when I was looking for stuff, I can't believe I forgot about this. So the NFL had some meetings. I think it was over this last week. Maybe it was even longer than that. They have changed some rules of their CBA, which is some financial stuff that I read about and couldn't understand. So
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of players speaking out about it and how they don't like it, but I don't understand it, so I couldn't really talk about it. They did, however, have some scheduling changes that I thought were interesting.
Okay.
So the NFL wants to add a 17th game before the playoffs, as well as add 2 playoff teams per conference, making it 14 total teams that make the playoffs instead of 12 as it has been. And dude, for me, the 17th game, and it would end up being in January because they want it to be before the playoffs. I believe they would just add an 18th week to the season. I don't think that they have said that they're going to get rid of the bye week.
They shouldn't.
No, I don't think that. No, that. Ooh, yeah, that would be not good. But I think that's really dangerous for players' health, dude. Because like around that time, there's a lot of injuries that happen in the winter. Like not only because like it's cold
They've been playing
cramps.
all fucking season.
all year, dude, or not all year, but all the football
like
year.
6 months.
They've had 16 games up until this point,
That's
and they're gonna add another one.
You got to go to the playoffs too.
Yeah, and playoffs. So playoff teams are gonna, in my opinion, I think the playoffs are gonna suffer greatly because all these players that are now banged up and tired, they'll be extra tired for the playoffs. No matter how, hyped you are for the playoffs as a player, I mean, your body still has limits and limitations. So I don't know, dude.
So how would that work?
I think they'd add an 18th week of this to the season, and they
but
push the playoffs back.
how would the playoffs work?
Oh, with 7 per conference?
Yeah.
I don't know. That one, I'm pretty sure the 17th game is like almost like secured, I'm pretty sure. But I don't know about the 2 playoff teams. I know that was they were talking about it for sure, and it's almost through. But I don't know if it would be, because right now there's 2 buys and then wild card weekend for the 6. So now I wonder if there's going to be 3 games for wild card weekend, and then 1 bye is the first seed. I wonder if that's how it's going to work, because I can't imagine anything else working out.
No.
You can only allow 1 bye.
Yes, but here's the thing: is like I'm thinking about like playoffs. Like, okay, there's seven teams, right? 7 on each. Yeah.
7 on each side, yeah.
So would it be only one gets the bye then in playoffs?
That's what I'm thinking. So it would be like, let's say, like rank 1 through 7, the first seed gets a bye, and then, the lowest seed and the second lowest seed play in the wild card, and they play the first seed, so that no matter what, they get the low seed, right?
Yeah.
And then it would be 4 and 5 play and 2 and 3 play, let's say. I don't know if that's how they would do it, but then they would play in the winner of those 2 games. So then they would get the lowest seed no matter what. And I don't know. Because the way they have the playoffs work now is that whoever wins wild card weekend, the lowest seed of the 2 winners plays the first seed. So they always get the easier opponent, is what's supposed to be. So I don't know. I personally think that a 7-team per conference, I think that would be like a decent change. I think it takes away some of the drama from the postseason if you add more teams. It's kind of like in the NBA, 16 teams make the playoffs. That's over half the league that makes the playoffs.
Yeah, that's what they make. They make fun of that though. They make fun of it for
Yeah.
having you have to be bad in order to not be in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like, you actually have to be bad. Like, you don't. It's so easy to make it, especially in the East. It's super easy to make it in the fucking.
Yeah, and I think basketball's a little different, especially like March
They just
Madness
have a really long season.
Well, yeah. Well, and March Madness is a big, like, tell of basketball being just kind of different for playoffs or whatever, because the Cinderella story. if you did a 64 team football bracket, you would only end up picking this. Everyone would pick the same 4 teams to be in the Final Four, because football is just a more physical sport, and it's like the more physical you are, the easier it's gonna be to win games, especially in like a game that is set up like that. So I don't know, dude. I think the playoff change would be cool. I don't know about the 17th game. I think that'd be too much.
I think it is too much as well.
So, yeah, that was I completely forgot that had happened. I couldn't believe that, because I remember looking and I couldn't find anything. And I just remembered that was, yeah.
I mean, we'll have to see what happens there. I really do hope they don't fuck it up. I honestly don't think
It's
they
the
should add a
NFL.
17th game.
I don't
Like,
either.
They don't need it. They don't
No.
like. They want more money, but they don't need it. Like,
They don't need it. No, yeah. But if they add two more playoff teams, they get an extra game in the playoffs, because then they have 3 wild card games instead of 2, at least.
yeah,
If they run it how I think they're going to run it. So
these running backs will last like 2 years instead of 3 years.
Yeah,
These
dude,
extra
oh
games.
God.
Goddamn.
I know, dude.
Like, fuck. Well,
That was my story.
I wanted to. There's not a lot of gaming news right now. It's been really slow, as with sports. But
Yeah.
I figured we should probably make a top 5 list of objectively our favorite games of all time.
Yes.
Now, we could honestly make an episode on this all on our own if we wanted to,
could.
but I figured we could go really short and sweet here. So I'll start with my number 5.
All right.
Similar to Civ 6 or Civ 5, my choice is Total War Rome 2, which is basically it's the same kind of land ownership kind of thing, except for it's a lot less balancing with how much population you have and more dealing with like real-time strategy, like fighting.
Okay. So
But
it's like more, yeah.
It's more like action and like mind-based rather than researching and shit like that. Like there's researching in the game, but it's nowhere near as big as like politics.
Yes.
So-
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, I've spent so many hours on that game, especially on like winter breaks and stuff like that. It's
Yeah.
just something fun to do. When you like, it's not instant action like Call of Duty, but if you just need a game that just you chill out with,
It's
that's
chill,
that's
yeah.
one of them for sure.
Yeah, I've played Civ 5. I've never played Total War Rome 2, but
Yeah,
I personally love playing Civ 5. Like I can just sit down and just play it, and I think the interactions between like different like you and different countries are really interesting. So
yeah.
I can definitely see you having that in your top 5.
So what's your number 5, Vince?
My number 5 is Assassin's Creed Unity.
Unity. Okay.
So this was my first Assassin's Creed game. And I played through the entire campaign with my little brother. Played through the entire thing. We bought all the DLC, played through all of them. We loved it to death. And so like Skate 3,
Yes.
how like some people like Skate 3 because they can just get on and they can just mess around. Like you can just sit there and mindlessly play Skate 3 for like an hour and just like zone out. I can literally, as messed up as it sounds, just like roam the streets of like pre-revolution France and just like assassinate people like just on the street, like the blue coats, they're called. They're the like Royal Army.
Yeah.
So like I can literally just get lost in an hour of just playing, just roaming, like not even doing campaign missions or anything, just like walking around the streets and climbing buildings and shit. It's just, I don't know. It is my personal Assassin's Creed favorite.
I could see it. I actually have an Assassin's Creed on my list too. It's actually number 4.
Nice.
But before I get to that one, I did play Revelations as well. Or I didn't play Unity. I played Revelations, which is 2 games before it.
Yeah, I think
And
so.
it was very similar in that regard. It wasn't co-op, which I think made Unity really good, but probably the only, one of the redeeming aspects for reviewers. But other than that, they didn't really like it. But
yeah.
I could definitely, I love all the different eras they've been doing with. I wonder what they're gonna do next. But for my number 4, it was Assassin's Creed Odyssey. We did talk about this a couple of days ago or yesterday or something. But Assassin's Creed Odyssey to me is, besides the aspect of realism, it is the most fun, like open world game that I've played. That's like modern. Like I have something up on the list that's like pretty old,
Yeah.
but Assassin's Creed Odyssey brings in like aspects of like you have like leveling system. Like they've always had a leveling system in Assassin's Creed with like skills, but in this game it's a lot more. There's a lot more to do with your items that you have, which I was like coming from the last game I played like religiously was Assassin's Creed 3 to coming to this game. The items matter a lot and the leveling system matters a lot, and a bad side to it is it's unrealistic in some regards. Like doesn't feel like an Assassin's Creed game as much because okay, obviously this is before the Assassin's Order was even made. It was in the Peloponnesian War, so it's way back there in BC. But they glued Black Flag and I think Unity's beauty with also just the content of a full it was a full game. Like it was definitely worth the $60. Like it was on the top 10 or no top 5 for like Gamescom games of the year, and I think it definitely deserved a spot. And yeah, I don't know. Everything about the game was pretty fun. There's a few aspects. Obviously, Ubisoft can't be perfect because fuck Ubisoft. It just happens to be like that sometimes. But yeah, I don't know. It's really really good game. Really enjoyable.
Yep. I mean, it's like any developer though. Like I hate Activision. I mean, Bethesda's kind of
everything.
Everyone's
got a downside.
Yeah, it happens. I don't think. Yeah. So speaking of Ubisoft, though, Far Cry 3 actually comes in at my number 4.
Really?
I was thinking about putting, honestly, in my opinion, Far Cry 3 through 5, all 3 of those games, so 3, 4, and 5. I love all of them equally, but Far Cry 3 was my first Far Cry game, so I'm pretty sure I've played that campaign a dozen times. I even they came out with a remaster version for the PlayStation 4, and I did buy it, and I played through it 2 times, even on the remaster version. So,
damn,
I love that game. I think it was the breakout game for Far Cry.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like everyone that I talk to, if you mention Far Cry, usually it's Far Cry 3 that everyone and it's the whole reason I even bought Far Cry 4 and Far Cry 5 was because of Far Cry 3. So, that is my number 4.
I remember buying it and playing it on my shitty PC at my mom's house like 3 years ago. And it was I couldn't believe what I was playing because it was right when I think it was right before Far Cry 4 came out.
Yeah.
And it was on sale. I'm like, fuck it, why not? And it turned out to be a really really fun game. And I enjoyed it way more than Far Cry 4 because of how much was there and how much I don't think they improved enough to validate another, $60 purchase, but
yeah. Well, I think Far Cry 3 I think mastered like being serious while also not taking itself too seriously and still being like there's some shit that happens like I think there's a whole scene where you take drugs in a cave and then you just trip out for like God knows how long and you go on a flashback and I don't know, dude. I love Far Cry 3.
I don't know. It's
the main antagonist is fucking amazing. I think all Far Cry villains are usually pretty good though.
Oh yeah.
I think they do villains really well.
Well, speaking of villains.
Ooh.
Okay. I'm going to sound like a simp for saying this, but Call of Duty Black Ops 1.
Ooh.
Here's why. The villain is yourself.
Yes.
Now, in the end of the game, you're not killing yourself. You're killing, oh god, I forgot his name now. Oh yeah, it was Makarov.
Yes.
That game was, for me, as like an 11-year-old playing it, like in November, was the most fun experience I've had in a Call of Duty ever. And Modern Warfare 2 had a banger multiplayer and a great campaign. And Spec Ops was even pretty good. Modern Warfare 3 was basically the same thing. I loved every part about Modern Warfare 3. I liked the survival mode. The campaign took a step for me backwards, but the multiplayer was still super fun. And they just made more of everything, which I enjoyed. Black Ops 2, was very competitive. I didn't really like. I do like the futuristic aspect, but it was like starting to lose its identity during that time. And I don't know. I like the zombies on Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2, but Black Ops 1 just edges out because its campaign is insane.
Yeah.
Everything about it. You hear the numbers, Mason.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything about it. Fuck, that game was so fun. I love the multiplayer is probably the worst part, which is pretty good for a Call of Duty game. Like
Yeah.
usually multiplayer is what you come for, and when that's the
Mhm.
worst part, it's good. I liked it. I liked it a lot.
No. Yeah. But so for my number 3, I actually have Fallout 4.
Oh, I was gonna put Fallout
as
on my
number
list.
3. Fallout 4 is my first and only Fallout game, because I'm not gonna count Fallout 76 because that shit was ass.
Yeah.
I got Fallout 4 probably a year before they announced 76, and when it was horrible timing because I was just finishing Fallout 4 when the pre-orders started happening for Fallout 76. So obviously, being like in love with Fallout 4 and everything that it was, I was like, oh dude, it's just gonna be Fallout 4, but like in a different area with co-op, dude. I'm getting it. I'll pre-order it. Me and Brett will play it. I'll find some other people that also play, and we'll have a bunch of fun. And then obviously Fallout 76 was garbage, but Fallout 4, dude. I know people talk about Fallout like New Vegas a lot, like Fallout 2. Dude, I love Fallout 4. The customization for like the settlements you can set up, the amount of weapons in the game. I mean, just it being Fallout with the VAT system and everything. I don't know.
Fallout 4 was my one and only Fallout game I've played as well. But Fallout 4 did not have the same appeal to me the first time around, especially because I was thinking it was Skyrim, but like just like okay, it was really pretty. The game was pretty, and I liked the universe it has. But there was something about the game that I could not get into it forever. And I started playing it recently, I think like a year ago. I started playing it again, and it was a lot more fun that time around. But goddamn, the game just, especially the dialogue is just kind of fucked. It's the first time they do voice acting for your character, and I don't know if I like that. I was like, I don't know.
Well, and for a long time I thought it was too steampunky. Like I don't necessarily like steampunk, like that style.
Yeah.
Like I don't vibe with it. And so that's why I hadn't played it for like the longest time, but I'm so glad I got it, dude, because I love Fallout 4.
Fallout 4 is good. I wouldn't say it's. I was gonna put it in my top 5, but yeah, it just got edged out by Total War. That's really all. It's just slightly better, but in my opinion. But my number 2.
Number 2.
I'm gonna sound like a normie for this one. We're gonna put Minecraft at number 2.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, Minecraft. You cannot deny Minecraft was the game when you were like really young. Like it was the game to play when you weren't playing Call of Duty. You were playing Minecraft.
Yeah.
Minecraft is, and the thing about it is it ages so well because you can come back to it anytime and you'll have a different experience every time. The multiplayer servers, there's all different kinds of servers you can play. People are so goddamn creative. They're still making new servers. There's a server that's out that literally has a scale map of the world made in Minecraft. That's fucking nuts. And I think that's really cool. I think Minecraft has infinite possibilities and still does. And people are still playing it today, even though it's been out for, over 7 years now?
Dude.
No, it's been over 9 years now. 2011, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, man, that game has aged really well, and especially with Microsoft buying it, they've actually started updating it a lot. So
yep, dude. Yeah, I remember when that came out that Microsoft was buying Minecraft. Because I hadn't got into Minecraft until even recently, dude. I'm pretty sure I didn't start playing Minecraft till high school.
Oh.
So I had never even really played it. Like, when you said like if you were a kid you played COD or you played Minecraft, I actually hadn't started playing it until I was a little older. And I never really got into it. But yeah, Minecraft it's an all-time classic.
It is. It's one of those games that will go down in history as like
Yeah.
one of the biggest like movements. Like I guess the same. I don't want to compare it to this fucking terrible game named Fortnite, but it is just the same thing. It's literally it carried stores. So many products were shipped out for it. Same thing as Fortnite. It was everywhere on television. It was everywhere on YouTube. Everywhere you went, all these YouTubers making Let's Plays, mod packs, resource packs. All these different Minecraft YouTubers were ever a huge thing. Like 5 years ago. So
I would say, as a bold prediction, I would say probably 90% of YouTubers that are big even now probably started doing Minecraft videos.
Yeah,
even if they don't do that now, they probably did it at one point.
I mean,
because it was so prevalent.
You were just getting on this train, and everyone was getting views for it. So
yeah, it's kind of like the Fortnite thing, dude. For a while, everyone did Fortnite. It didn't matter if they were a GTA person, if they did like Let's Plays or whatever, they played Fortnite. Everyone did. It's just how it was a couple years ago. So yeah, dude. So for my number 2, it is a COD game, but it's a bit, for being number 2 on the list, it's a bit of a controversial call. Black Ops 3.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna say something else.
No,
I could understand Black Ops 3.
Infinite Warfare is the best game that has ever been created.
You shut your dirty whore mouth right now.
Okay. But anyway, Black Ops 3. This is my most played Call of Duty game. 31 days played. I'm pretty sure it was like 20 days on multiplayer and 10 days on zombies. I have all the DLCs. I bought the season pass for the game. That was when I first got my PlayStation, and actually my PlayStation right now is even the special edition Black Ops 3 edition. So it came with Black Ops 3, and it the PS4 is custom, so it has 3 orange stripes on it.
Oh my god.
So I'll never forget. It was Christmas of freshman year, and I remember setting up my PlayStation for the first time, and I played Shadows of Evil because the game wasn't done downloading yet. The only thing I could play was Shadows of Evil offline, and I played all night into the next day. So I love that game.
Any game like that you can sink your just teeth in and just literally play it for hours is a game that's worth on the list, first of all, and second of all is a game worth your time. And I could say the same about Black Ops 3, but I lost interest. I think solely because I was just getting bored of the multiplayer, and I like the zombies a lot on Black Ops 3.
Yeah.
But there's something about it that was just kind of a I just want to forget about you kind of vibe to it. I don't know why. I think I have a little over 100 hours on the game, or 200 hours. Yeah. Nothing near your game time. But
we'd play. I remember getting home from school, and you did your homework, and we sat down, we got on, we played for as long as we could, and that was the game we played. I remember that was back in the day that I had a 6 stack that we'd play every day, and all 6 of us were on every day to play. So,
all right, Vince.
That's my number 2.
What's your number 1, Vince?
You can ask me my number 1 first.
Yeah, we're switching up for number 1.
Okay, dude. My number 1, in my opinion, the best game of all time that I have played, Grand Theft Auto 5.
Okay,
and
I could see that.
Yes. So, not only is the campaign amazing and full of content and a million different things to do, I have 1,500 hours on that game, which is 64 days and some hours. And when I played in the peak of GTA 5, we played for one session we played for 24 hours straight. That is my longest session on GTA 5. And I think the multiplayer was executed just as well as the campaign is.
The game has been renowned. It was kind of similar to not to Minecraft per se, but to a game where it was so popping that every YouTuber was gonna play it for at least a little bit, and it's still it's still really popular now. There's just so much replayability with it. I missed out, man. My parents never let me get those games. Like
Yeah,
GTA, they were like, oh, you're killing strippers. It's no good. We can't. No, never let your fucking little young brain understand this.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would watch a lot of YouTubers playing. It
Well,
looked really fun.
yes, and the thing is, dude, is like you said with Minecraft, every time you play it, you have a different experience. It's literally the same thing with GTA. There is no, you can't log on to GTA and go to like a public server and not have the same experience, or like, and have the same experience every time. Because like the community is just so ridiculous, and since it's so like free roam and free, like crazy stuff happens, dude. Like the craziest things will happen, and that is why it is my number one game I've ever played.
Well, I could see why for sure.
Yeah.
Well, my number one is no shocker to
Oh.
most. It is. Sorry, Elder Scrolls V Skyrim.
Oh, Skyrim.
Now, I don't want to say sorry because Skyrim objectively is the best game for its time and still doesn't really age well, but is so good for its time, and I had so much fun playing it. It was recommended by a friend,
Of course.
and I was like, yeah, it's whatever. It doesn't look that fun. I'm not into the magic and shit like that. I'd rather play Call of Duty or Minecraft or something.
Yeah.
But damn, this game sucked me in, and I didn't want to leave anywhere. I played this game. I think so purchased it from a Blockbuster. Before they were before they got into the going out of business phase, you could buy the game for like, I forgot what it was, but I bought it in like December. I think it was like December 6th or December 7th. It was a Friday, and my mom's like, usually lets me rent out like a game or something or a movie, and I was like, can we just buy this? And like, yeah, I bought it for like $45. Came out a month earlier. Maybe it was 60, but the game is insane. There's so much about the game that other games even lack today. It had more content than games have today, which is insane to me. I played a game called Greedfall a couple months back, and it doesn't have as much content as Skyrim did. And Skyrim came out in 2011.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
just like GTA 5, Minecraft, some of the primetime COD games, they're classics. You go back to them, they're still classics. You still get the same feel as however long ago they came out, and you played them. I think the beauty of games like that is that they never lose their magic, right? They never become stale. Like I could go back, any of these games on this list, I can go back and play, and I could play to completion, all of them.
Oh yeah. I see. The thing about Skyrim is that it was the same. Yeah, like we can compare all these great games. I think especially the top two for both of us. The games are always different, and I think that like kind of it feels alive kind of thing. The first time it ever was like that for me was 2011 when the game came out, and I was like, this is insane. How could they put so much in one game? And they have flying dragons and all these different shouts in a crazy universe full of like gods and different like parallel universes and shit like that. It's really cool. And for someone who didn't really like that shit, that was really fun.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was my top 5. I mean, I totally agree with yours for sure.
I think it's funny that both of our number ones, neither of us have played. Like I haven't played yours, you didn't play mine.
Yeah.
So I think maybe I'm gonna have to look up maybe look up the Skyrim on the Steam store. Maybe I don't know.
I definitely need a GTA. That's for certain.
Yeah, GTA is a classic. It is a lot of fun, dude.
That shit's crazy. Black market baloney.
Black market baloney.
Dude, that should be a name. That should be a fucking name for somebody. Black market baloney. That might be a meme page. Black market baloney. That's a very good one. But yeah, a pretty slow week, but I'm glad I got to know your top 5 list for sure.
Yeah, dude. I know yours too, dude. Because
GTA 5 sounds really fun.
GTA 5, dude. Yeah, that's my most played game ever, dude.
I've never gotten a bender of 24 hours, but I think what's funny is my top game I've played, like the longest amount of time I've played was probably Assassin's Creed Odyssey, but it's only number 4 on my list. It's like
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, we have no way of having a really smooth transition to a closer, but
Nope.
this is the vibe check you just listened to. I am your boy Top Dog, and we got here Vince, and we'll see you in the next vibe check.
Cruise the city in a bulletproof Cadillac, cause I know these niggas have to wear the bag. Gotta move smarter, gotta move harder. Nigga try to keep me 5 mile water. I lay his ass down on my son, on my daughter. I had the Draco with me, Wayne Carter. A lot of niggas out here playing they ball. I done put my whole arm in the rim, Vince Carter. And I know Poppy get a key for the quarter. Shotty better skin double kings, I bought her. Got a bitch that looking like a little, she a model.